Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the video. This time is of the Hasbro Lightning Collection 2-pack of Fighting Force Green Ranger and the Mighty Morphin Putty. Let's get started. We already know what we get into technically with the Green Ranger, so I'm going to start something fresh and start off with the Putty. Now, the Putty is actually pretty cool because they use the new Hasbro Power Rangers body, but it's crazy because they also use some new points as well. So what's really cool about these guys is the look, the feel, the articulation. And I know everyone's talking about how these bodies should have been used on Marvel Legends. Let me tell you guys, the crazy thing about this is they're different departments. Like, it is what it is. But if this department could do this well, this early in the line, who knows what we'll get going forward? Because these have, to me, been some of the best things Hasbro has been putting out. So I'm really looking forward to what they see when they can go further. So articulation-wise, let's start off with this guy. Let's stand him straight up. Head can go backwards. Head can go forwards. Right? Your standard stuff. Your arms have the butterfly joint, which is incredible because there's nothing to absolutely get in the way. So you actually get the maximum amount of range on this figure to the point where he can cross arms. He's double jointed. So you can get the maximum expression out of this guy. Now, what's crazy also is we have double jointed arms. Oops, Green Ranger fell over. Let's fix you. There we go. So the arms actually rotate 360 degrees. They're double jointed. There's bicep swivel. There is rotation here at the swappable arm parts. And the ab crunch is absolutely phenomenal. Like, as you can see, he can go crazy far forward and crazy far back. This guy is an absolute winner of the 2-pack, even with the Green Ranger being the Green Ranger. Now the legs go this far out. They go forward, but they can't go backwards, obvious because of butt flaps. There's thigh swivel. Legs are double jointed. And there's boot cut as well. And we already know that patented Marvel Legends ankle pivot, which, you know, pretty much can't be beaten. Now, honestly, I don't know what else you can get out of this putty that you can claim you want, with the exception of, I guess, blackwash in the face, because maybe it's too clean. And that would, honestly, at this point, would be nitpicking because this came out wonderful. Like, if you're a Power Rangers fan and you wanted to army build this, it's great. Obviously, we'll get the other version later with the armored vest for the Armored Putty Patroller guy. But as far as what you get with this as a $20 figure, articulation-wise, it can't be beaten. They've nailed all the points on this guy. Like, it's just great. Now, what he comes with, we'll get into that in a second. But now, for now, we're going to jump into Green Ranger real fast because I want to talk about him as well. There's no gripes with him, but I just want to talk about how they kind of played us. Well, it wasn't played us, but they did it smart. Now, with Green Ranger here, Green Ranger came out great. Honestly, he did. The only gripe that I would have is that it's not the Green Ranger. It's definitely a Green Ranger, which is why they called it the Fighting Force Spirit one, why they added on that talk of, this Green Ranger is great. It's absolutely wonderful. It gives you the body that we've gotten so far on the Armored Red, the White, Zeo Gold, things like that. But there are some differences. Give me one sec. Now, marketing-wise, I think they did this really right because they gave us the Fighting Force Spirit Green Ranger, which is technically a ghost of the Green Ranger or a spirit version of him. And the thing about that is the original Green Ranger, there's some slight differences. So helmet-wise, this gray part here going around is not gray. It's actually green. So this would all be green. The gem is still red. This is still here. All of that is fine. But the difference is this is actually black and it's on the opposite side. So they technically gave us the not definitive version of Green Ranger before giving us the actual definitive version, which is smart. You get people to buy another one, right? For those of you that care. But for little kids who are going to buy this set or the parents is going to buy it for them, it's absolutely fine. You've gotten a Green Ranger. You're all set. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about the things that is absolutely great on this guy, which is the articulation. Now, the head can go up and down. And I actually, the one gripe I'm starting to have with these, and I think is my only gripe, besides the paint apps, is that there seems like there's no neck on these guys sometimes. So what I do is I actually extend it to the point where it doesn't sit perfectly on the ball joint, but it gives it a little range on the neck. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. But it gives you just a little bit of range on the neck to give you a little bit of freedom to move. So I've started to extend the neck a little. So articulation wise, we have the butterfly elbow. I'm sorry, the butterfly joints here in the shoulders, which allow you great range going forward. I love these soft shields. I think they're great. They keep everything out of the way from hurting themselves or breakage. There's double jointed arms. There's bicep swivel. So you actually have most of the things you want and need in this figure. It even has the look of that of a slimmer body. It's not the more muscular Marvel Legends body, which is something I love. The legs go forward, right? We have the ab crunch that is obviously great. It's in 2 spots. And you have the rotating ab crunch up here up top. So you have it at 2 points. It goes really far backwards as well. I said the legs go forward. We have this boot cut that rotates. We have the Hasbro ankle pivot. Legs are double jointed. And the movement and range is just absolutely great. As you see, you can get down as well. Now, it's just a matter of when are we going to get more hands? Now, I would love a hands pack, right? Now, imagine if we have a hand accessories pack, because some of the hands absolutely get used multiple times, and that's okay. Now, if you give us a team set or one that matches that of each Ranger, I think we're pretty much set on what we can get out of Hasbro, which would be really dope. Now, let's stand this guy up right here, and let's talk about these 2 guys' accessories, right? Let's start off with Green Ranger. The one thing I do like that they give us with Fighting Force is the Sword of Darkness, which is pretty cool. Some say it's a little too small, but it depends on which is like. If you're talking about Japanese footage, Japanese sword is obviously better. Let me see if I can find it. I think the Japanese sword is obviously better, but if you look at the American footage, the sword was kind of short when they reused it for the footage. So here's a Japanese sword. Here is the Hasbro sword. And as you can see here, depending on what you want to do, you clearly know which one is better, right? But again, I think for the Hasbro stuff, this is just fun, depending on how you want to go about it. The sword should be longer Japanese version. US version, they definitely cut it a little shorter. You have one hand dedicated for playing the dragon fruit. Unfortunately, they don't give you the other hand for playing the dragon fruit. So if you have extra hands that came over from the red or the Zeo Gold Ranger, you can use that for the right hand to hold the dragon dagger completely for yourself. Then you have one karate chop in hand, which they try to finagle in the pictures as I'm holding it with this or the closed fist. It just ain't gonna cut it for me. One more thing you get actually is the unmasked Tommy head, which is pretty cool, but it's the same one you get on the White Ranger. So if you really want this head, it's totally fine. If you don't, you know you're getting the same one from the White Ranger. Just in case you guys don't know, I'll even compare it. Pretty much the same one, right? Only thing is that his hair is a little lighter. And you get this nice green effect to go on your Sword of Darkness, right? You go, oh, yeah, I love those sound effects. They're cheesy, but I love them. And as for the putty, we get the morphing golem hands. So you get the round block golem hand, and you get the sword golem hand. And on the sword golem hand, you get an effect similar to that of the one you got on White Ranger, which you point at the pointy part, and I'm guessing it exuberates energy. Yeah, just like in the classic show. And that's what you get accessory-wise with these guys. This pack is definitely the bang for your buck. At $20 a figure, I think you definitely get what you like out of these guys. We all know everyone's going to army build putties. I know I did, and I'm pretty sure everyone else is going to as well. And I don't see it stopping anytime soon. What's great thing about this is that Hasbro seems to be doing pretty well about distributing these. I haven't seen it sold out yet. So it's just a matter of people getting it, finding it, and actually playing with the toys, right? So let's get into size comparisons, right? That's the thing you guys want to see next. So let me stand these guys up, make them look good. Actually goof off a little bit, right? So here is Putty and Green Ranger. And now let's compare them to stuff. So with Green Ranger, though, let's put him next to White Ranger. And as you can see, build-wise, these guys are pretty much the same. Compare them to Zeo Gold. And as you can see, technically, we're all living on the same body now. But I don't mind it. I think this is a great look for what's going on with the Hasbro stuff. Slimmer body, slimmer molds, more articulation. I'm a fan of it. I really am. So now what we're going to do is compare him to the Japanese Green Ranger, which I've held on to for a long time because honestly, I have attachment to Geki and Barai from Japan. So I kept these two while I sold the rest. And it's a good thing I did because now we can compare them. His green is a lot lighter than this guy's green. It's a more darker, more, I won't say richer because I like this green a lot. This one is a more darker muted green while this one is not. And as you can see, like I said on the helmet, this all green and yellow and gold with the gem. I mean, gold and red with the gem. And then we also have the flute being held on the proper side with the black, right? One thing I did want to compare, and I totally forgot to previously, is how he would look with Kamen Rider RX, Black RX. And Black RX appeared in Mighty Morphin as Masked Rider. So here he is next to Green Ranger. And just to throw in as a bonus, we'll compare him to the White Ranger. So you can see what he's going with. You know what I mean? It's really nice. So now let's put you back. Let's put these guys back out. Also, should you want to get some more comparisons on, for those of you who ever saw those episodes with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, here he is next to the NECA Turtles. Now you can see these guys are actually pretty much bigger than the Hasbro stuff, but you can get a glimpse of what they're like next to each other. Here he is next to a Mezco Batman. For those of you who read the Power Rangers Justice League crossover, I think this actually fits really well in comparison to each other. So that's nice. For those of you that play the Legacy War games on the mobile, here he is with Ryu from Street Fighter on SHF scale. And I think these two scale absolutely pretty well together. And everything is falling today for me. I don't know what that's about, but yeah. Here he is next to a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. Here he is next to an SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Decade. Which I think as far as renewals go, I think the renewals scale pretty well with the Hasbro stuff. They're a bit taller, but the proportions on them make them look just as well with the Hasbro stuff. Here he is with a DC Essentials, in case you want a common bad guy for the Power Rangers with the Justice League. Here he is with a Storm Collectibles Hayachi, which he's probably the biggest one here so far. The Essentials were taking that cake until just then. And then we have an Articulated Icons Ninja. So all in all, I really like this line. I like where it's going. I like what they're offering. They kind of cheated with the Green Ranger, but you know what? I'm actually okay with that. Because if you give us something different with the other Green Ranger, I would totally be acceptable and fine with that. And we seem to be getting, like I said, these 2-packs out consistently. I believe there's another 2-pack out coming out, which is the Mega Red, which is Lost Galaxy with the Psycho Red Ranger. So I'm really looking forward to what Hasbro has to offer, and looking forward to more cool toys to take pictures of. In the meantime, guys, hope you enjoyed. Hope you found it informative. Most of all, hope you do good, be good, drink your water, guys. Later.